Well, we're gonna talk Sous Vide. And I still say, man, I practiced so hard and I still said it wrong. Okay. It looks like Sous Vide, but you pronounce it sous vide. All right. So I really need to stick that into my brain. Sous vide. I even wrote it in all my notes the way it sounds. So we're going to talk sous vide cooking. And if you haven't done that before, that's basically taking like a vacuum sealed bag or container and cooking it in a very specific temperature for a set amount of time. um, with meats it's going to be a lot longer. Like chicken you would do like 3 hours. We're not talking microwave cooking here. We're talking about kind of like slow cooking. So for meats it is a lot longer. For eggs, which is like one of the slowest or probably the slowest or quickest, sorry, sous vide recipe out there. But you can do eggs in like 12 to 15 minutes. So if I do 3 eggs, I do 15 minutes. Today I'm just doing 2 eggs. So I'm just going to be boiling it for 12 minutes. But you're basically, like I said, just taking vacuum sealed food and cooking it in even hotter, in hot water. But it does need to be a specific temperature. Like today, it needs to be boiling. And then you do it for a set amount of time as well. And the funny thing is, if you say sous vide, um, the English translation for that, let me check again, is under vacuum. Under vacuum. So it makes like a lot of sense when you think about it that way. I tried to make it, there's a lot more to it, but I try to simplify it down. And especially anytime I'm using Tupperware for a recipe, I want things to be easy and efficient. So I think this is a recipe that everybody's really going to like. If you've been to Starbucks, you might be familiar with it. This is kind of a copycat recipe for the Starbucks egg bites, and specifically the bacon and Gruyere. I always have trouble saying that too. Gruyere cheese. And they do a sous vide as well. It's kind of why it takes so long. Even when you order them in store, you're sitting there and waiting for a little bit, and it's because they're doing this process, in their little sous vide machine. But we don't have to because we have bags, and of course, everybody has a big Tupperware pot, right? So we can do it right at home without the fancy equipment. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. We do want to start with 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise or cottage cheese. Now, I know the last time I showed this, I froze. Am I still there for you guys?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I know last time I did this, I showed mayonnaise, which just makes them so dreamy. But cottage cheese is good too. So I want to show you guys how I do it when I use cottage cheese instead. So you need a tablespoon of cottage cheese. There's my little heaping tablespoon. And I am very extra, so we're gonna do just a tiny bit more. I love my cottage cheese. And then you can see I dumped that into the supersonic. I just want to pull that a little bit and kind of get that creamed up so I don't have any big cottage cheese chunks in my egg mixture. So we're just gonna pull this a few times, almost like little whipped cottage cheese. And then we'll add it to our silicone bag. So this is our vacuum sealed. Now, am I putting a vacuum to this? No. Am I using a machine? No. But I'm going to make sure I get all of the air out before I seal this up and put it into the boiling water. And I'm starting to see my bubble or my smoke back here. I'm going to throw this down just a little bit while it waits because I'm chatty. So we're going to use our silicone bag for this. This is safe to put into the pot, the boiling pot. It's safe to put in the microwave, in the oven, or in the freezer, or in the fridge, or in your storage closet, pantry, anywhere. We know these, we love these, and this is a great use, especially if you have like the medium size. This is good for the small and the medium sizes. The large and extra large are kind of a tight fit, but I have tried the large before. So all I'm going to do is take out my little whipped cottage cheese. And even that small amount, it would still be really chunky if I hadn't done that, which that's okay too. But this is really going to make it like airy, cloudy, yummy, creamy. All right, so I'm dumping that in. And then next up, we want to do 2 eggs. I can't believe I forgot to set my eggs out. I'll be right back. After I trip over my stool. There's always one thing I forget to get out of the fridge. I don't know what it is, guys, but I do that every time. I remember I'm so specific about everything else, but like I'll forget a main ingredient. All right, I've got my eggs, and we're just gonna crack 2 eggs and put them right straight into the bag. We're not even gonna be using a mixing bowl for this. And of course, I'll have to clean up a little bit of a mess when we're done here, but that's not a big deal. I've got microfiber. Speaking of which, let's give those fingers a little rub down, and then 3 tablespoons of your preferred cheese. We're going with bacon and Gruyere, so I am going to use my little measuring cup and just pull out maybe a little more than 3 tablespoons, but I really like it, so it's okay if there's a little extra in there. Got my thumb all in it. Look at that. Okay, that may be a little excessive, but we're gonna roll with it. That's a little extra cheese, but technically I can make up for it here because at this point you can add up to a quarter cup of whatever other mix-ins that you want. So like for me, it's going to be that a little bit of extra cheese there, and then this bacon. It could also be, which also I cooked these in a micro grill, 5 minutes, so easy, and then I just let it cool so it'd be ready for the recipe. But you could also do like spinach and Parmesan. You could do ham and cheddar. You could do an all veggie one. If you guys have other ideas, drop them into the comment because I'm always looking for ideas and other mix-ins. But I will say, like Starbucks got me addicted to the bacon and Gruyere. I always have to slow down for that part. Another quick wipe of the hands. You can see it cooked easy, it chopped up easy, and now easy peasy. I'm just gonna scrape it into my silicone bag. And then I like this part too, because I'm kind of a kid myself. And I'm just gonna loosely close this up. I'm not like being specific yet, just loosely close it up. And then I want to squish some eggs and squish my cheese and squish like my cottage cheese that's kind of already creamy in there. And I just want to make sure I get it all good and like mixed together. You can kind of hear it. It sounds a little gross, but that's how you know like you're getting it all mixed in like really good. You don't want to like leave an egg unpopped or whatever unstirred, but it saves you from having to use a bowl, and it's super fun. All right, so I'll let you see that real quick. So there's kind of a glance at it inside. You can see that's just raw egg, and then my cottage cheese, and then my bacon. I'm gonna scrape a little off the sides here. Some of my cottage cheese got stuck on the side. And then now this time, I'm gonna be very careful sealing it up. I wanna make sure every tooth is lined up evenly. I don't want any, air. I want this airtight. And then once I get down to this last little bit where there's about 2 fingers left, I'm just going to kind of fold it and make sure I've got all that air out. And as I do that, I'm going to seal that last little bit. You can see it kind of makes it real skinny. And then those teeth, they're not showing any gaps or any, breaks in the teeth there. So at this point, it's super easy. You've got your sous vide eggs in here. And this is going to come out as an omelet, but I usually chop it up into 4 so I can have my egg bite size. But literally all you do is you drop it in your stock pot or a very large saucepan that you have from Tupperware. Kind of bend it over a little bit so it fits, because you want to put that lid back on. The lid being on is going to help keep your water from evaporating, which you want. You don't want the water to evaporate and come back later and, all the water's gone and your bag just melted. So you want that lid on there and you want to watch it. 12 minutes though. In 12 minutes, actually give me 15, if you don't mind, give me 15, Judy, because I do like to let it sit in its bag after I pull it out for a couple of minutes before I open it for the steam bath. And then I just literally just like roll it onto a plate. So 15 minutes and you can come back and check it out.
We'll come back and see you. That sounds good. All right. So I don't remember you putting cottage cheese in it last time, did you?
I didn't. Last time I used mayonnaise, and that's just, it depends on whatever I have in the house.
Okay.
When I first saw that recipe online, it said either or, And
Hmm.
so like I've just made sure to try both. Last time I showed the mayonnaise, so it didn't involve like the supersonic. I just like to cream up the cottage cheese just a tiny bit before I toss it in with all the other stuff. I've never tried it without creaming it with the supersonic, so I bet if mushing it with your hand would probably do the same thing. But I don't know. I'm just particular. And I always want an excuse to use the supersonic.
Yeah. Yeah. And use that medium sized one. That's fabulous. Okay, Christy, we'll be back because we all